You know that moment when your child is absolutely terrified of the dark, a monster, you leaving the room, and you're just scrambling for the right words. It can feel impossible. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down some practical word-for-word scripts, all based on solid research to help you help your child manage that fear and build some real resilience. Okay, let's get into it.
So just take a second. When your child is panicking, what's the first thing that comes out of your mouth? For so many of us, it's something like, "You're okay," or "Don't be scared." And look, it comes from the best place, right? You just want to swoop in and make the fear vanish. But what if I told you it might not be having the effect we're hoping for?
This is where our good intentions kind of get lost in translation. We say there's nothing to be afraid of because we're trying to use logic. But here's the thing, a scared kid's brain isn't listening to logic. Their emotional, survival brain is in full control. So what they hear is, your feelings are wrong, or you can't trust what your body is telling you. And that actually makes it harder for them to learn how to cope on their own. So, to find a better way, we first got to get what's actually happening inside their head. This isn't them being difficult or unreasonable. It's a real, biological response that feels incredibly real and urgent to them.
I love this analogy. Think of your child's brain as having a smoke alarm. Its job is to keep them safe. But for some kids, that alarm is just a little sensitive, you know? It's going off for burnt toast, a weird shadow, a funny noise, not a 5-alarm fire. But here's the key. To your child, that alarm is deafening. Their brain is screaming, "Danger!" and their whole body believes it.
And when that danger alarm goes off, their body just takes over. It's that classic fight, flight, or freeze response. Their heart starts pounding, their hands get sweaty. So when they suddenly lash out, or run and hide, or just totally freeze up, that's not them choosing to be difficult. It's a powerful, automatic reaction that's happening to them. Okay, so if telling them don't be scared is out, what do we do instead? Well, let's get into a new, totally science-backed formula that, honestly, changes everything. It's a super simple recipe with just 2 ingredients. That's it. Seriously, it sounds so simple, but it is incredibly powerful. Every single effective script we're about to go through is built on these 2 things, validation and confidence.
So first up, validation. This is the absolute game changer. Now, this does not mean you agree with them. You're not saying, "Oh my gosh, you're right, there is a monster under the bed." No, it just means you're acknowledging that the feeling of fear is 100% real for them. You're saying, "I see you're scared," or "Wow, this seems really hard for you." You're just connecting with their reality.
And the second ingredient is confidence. This is where you become their coach, their biggest cheerleader. You're sending them the message that you believe, without a doubt, that they are strong enough to get through this uncomfortable feeling. Phrases like, "I know you can do scary things," aren't about fixing it for them. They're about showing them you believe they can handle it. This is how we build real, lasting resilience.
Okay, theory is great, but what does this actually sound like at 2 a.m. when your kid is freaking out? Let's get super practical. We're going to run through some word-for-word scripts for those classic tough moments.
The classic bedtime battle. The lights go out, the fear turns on. See the formula here? I know you feel scared, boom, that's validation. And I know you can do scary things, and there's your confidence. You're not dismissing their fear, you're telling them they are brave enough to face it.
Okay, how about a thunderstorm? That sudden boom can get anyone's heart racing. Notice how this starts by stating a fact. Wow, that thunder is really loud. You're immediately on their team experiencing it with them. Then you normalize the feeling and anchor them with that confident statement of safety.
The morning meltdown over school. It can feel like such a fight. But this script completely changes the dynamic, from a battle to a partnership. It starts with pure validation. "I can see this feels really hard." And that line, "You're not in trouble," is magic. It just lowers the tension and lets them know you're on their team.
This is such a common one, and our gut instinct is to just yank them away, right? But all that does is scream, "See, dogs are dangerous." This approach is so different. You validate their fear, and then you become their rock. Your calm presence and your confident promise to keep them safe is what actually teaches them security. All right, the doctor's office, maybe the toughest one of all. What's so crucial here is that you're not lying. You're not saying it won't hurt because then they'll never trust you again. You're honest. You validate the specific worry, the pinch, and then you give them that vote of confidence. You're building trust and showing them they can get through hard things.
Are you seeing the pattern? It doesn't matter what the fear is. Monsters, storms, school, dogs. The formula is always the same. You see their feeling, you name it, you say, "I get it." And then you say, "And I know you can do this." Validation plus confidence. That's the secret sauce. It always works.
Now, using these scripts in the moment is huge, but what if we could actually get ahead of the fear? We can. There's a really cool tool from a type of therapy called CBT that helps you and your child build up bravery when things are calm. It's called a fear thermometer, and the idea is just so brilliant. Look, you don't just decide to climb Mount Everest one day, right? You train on smaller hills first. It's the same exact idea. You take a big, overwhelming fear and you chop it up into tiny, manageable steps. You make a plan together.
So here's how you do it. Pick a fear. Let's stick with dogs. You and your kids sit down and list everything about dogs that's scary. Then you have them rate each one on a scale of 1 to 10. Looking at a picture of a dog might be a 2, but petting a real dog is a 9. Then you just put them in order, from least scary to most scary, and you start at the bottom. You practice step 1 until it feels boring, and only then do you move up, celebrating every little win.
Okay, I know that was a lot, so let's boil it down to a simple cheat sheet. Do acknowledge their feeling and express confidence. Do reward them for just trying. And on the flip side, please don't dismiss their fear. Oh, and a big one. Don't do elaborate monster checks under the bed. That just signals to their brain, maybe there really are monsters if we have to look this hard. And try not to sneak away at drop-offs. It can really damage their sense of trust.
And really, this is what it all comes down to. The goal isn't to create a kid who never feels anxious. That's impossible, and frankly, not even healthy. The goal is to raise a kid who knows that anxiety is just a feeling, not a stop sign. A kid who knows their heart can be pounding, but they can do the brave thing anyway. That's the real superpower we're giving them.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. After hearing all of this, what's one small, brave conversation you can start with your child, maybe even tonight, to start putting this incredible tool into practice?